Hey there everyone, it's Ryan Frontline Animal Removal, and it's a nice cold day, but it doesn't stop the critters. So let me show you what we got going on. I'm up on a roof, as you can tell by the shingles, and I had to come up here to see the critter problem, or at least the entry point. So when we do inspections, we usually do a lap around the building. We're looking for all the normal signs, holes, insulation popped out, sagging soffits, open soffits, stains. On this building, I happen to see sagging soffits and insulation being squeezed out around the perimeter of those soffit panels and the corners. But I didn't see any obvious openings from the ground. So I walked all the way around. I did see paw prints where a critter was climbing up. So I knew I had to climb up onto the roof and look around. This roof is in good shape. Ridge vents are in good shape. Everything looks great, except for right here. A raccoon pulled out that piece of siding, and he tore the shingles up right there. Now, this roof looks, pretty close to brand new, at least maybe only a year or two old. I see some bits and pieces of damaged shingles with the pine cones and the poo-poo. We got some poo-poo right here with the pine cones. So this is our attic entry point. Doesn't take much for a raccoon to get in. And by the looks of the edge of this siding, you can notice it's a different color. So when this roof was redone, the roofers had to cut the caulking away. Now that caulking, I'm imagining, was, see, this is loose. That caulking was holding that siding tight. Once that caulking got cut, they made all this loose. Rocky Raccoon climbed up, discovered it was loose, peeled it back, climbed into the house. Now we have problems. Did the roofers do anything wrong when they cut the caulk? No, they had to put the shingles on. It looks like there is step flashing. Yep, there is step flashing. So it is, but there's step flashing there. Step flashing probably got torn away by the raccoon there. And there's step flashing there. So they had to put the step flashing in. So it looks like they roofed it correctly. Just, there's nothing secure in the bottom of that. That's the only thing I can find wrong. So we're going to get a trap set up and hopefully catch a critter. And we'll have to do something about all this siding to secure it and strengthen this behind here so it doesn't ever happen again. So it's time to set a trap. Okay, I just showed you a chimney that had raccoon problems. So let me show you the setup. And let me show you how the raccoon's been primarily traveling. Camera, trap, cardboard, wire. So what we did here, mounted the trap against the chimney like I normally do. We got some wire here. I created a nose cone to funnel them into the trap. But the materials that I'm attaching the trap and wire to aren't the strongest. And I was a little worried that the raccoon might just try to bypass the trap because, well, the wire might be easy to tear off because I just can't attach it very good to the structure. So using the cardboard, I created a visual barrier. Now, if the raccoon can see through the wire, he might think he can just tear it or push through it, which he probably could if he felt like it. But the cardboard creates a visual barrier he cannot see through. So that means he's probably going to step towards the front of the trap versus the rear. And if he's in, he's going to see the light primarily coming from this side, so he'll focus on that. So the cardboard there is just to help get that raccoon to focus in the correct direction of travel to get him caught. It's an extra step, but it probably will help me get this guy caught. I do this sometimes when I'm a little worried about them tearing the nose cone off, which I've had happen in the past. You don't have to use cardboard. I've used towels, old sheets, drop cloths. The cardboard was just what I had in the truck and it was available. I always keep cardboard around because I have an unlimited supply of cardboard. But let me show you how the raccoon's climbing. Okay, you see that spot with all the leaves? That is where the raccoon's climbing up. And this opposite corner is where the raccoon's climbing up. So this spot over here, wait a minute, where am I oriented? No, I'm wrong. That spot is where he's primarily climbing up. He's climbing up there too, but that is the primary spot. So we got a fence, and you follow the fence over, the fence makes a turn, it comes right to the corner of the building. So the raccoon climbs the fence, then he climbs the corner of the house, gets onto this lower roof, then he climbs up that corner of the house there to get onto the roof. So he's going boom, boom, climbs up there, walks across the roof, and goes into the chimney. Now I could have placed traps here, I could have placed a trap there, and I could have placed a trap on the ground. But my primary concern is controlling access to the chimney. If I control access to the chimney, then I can guarantee nothing will be in the house. If I go several days with no activity, I'm safe to assume that nothing will be in the house and we can repair this and keep things out. If I place traps over here, I can't guarantee that nothing is in there because I'm not controlling access to the house. So we're controlling access. That's important. So this will probably get repaired as soon as we are done trapping. Hey there everyone, Ryan Frontline Animal Removal. We're doing some more repair work. So there's where the raccoons were getting in. They had damaged the shingles. And you see right here where they tore through that shingle. And these shingles were, they were like this. So there's where the hole is. So we tore those two out and replaced them. The decking here is in good shape. That board is not so good. This is Celotex. The Celotex, as you can see, is pretty weak stuff. It's good for sound control, insulation. It does kind of have like a tar coating to keep the moisture out. The raccoons, made that hole, and then they climbed up the inside of the chimney and they made this hole. I'm not too worried about that because they're not going to be reaching up here and getting in. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to cut out a big section of this Celotex and make this all OSB plywood. That'll give it some strength. We're going to put 2 new shingles in here with some new step flashing because they ripped the step flashing. You can see it's split. So the first thing I'm going to do is fix the shingles, put a new piece of plywood in, then we're going to put the siding back on. And then it should be good. So I'll update you as I go. Update on my repair work. New shingle, new shingle. Old shingle, old shingle. Next, we cut this apart. Okay, the plywood is fitted. Now I didn't do up here, just down here. You might be wondering, why did I do that? Well, the raccoon, if he's going to go in, he's going to approach this from the bottom. He's not going to stand up here and try to reach around and open it up. That is just not practical. He's going to stand down here on the roof where its surface is nice and firm and strong, where he has traction, and that's where he would try to open it up. And we really only have to work or worry about as high as their reach. So I went the appropriate distance of what their reach is. So we got a good firm area here that we no longer have to worry about raccoons getting in. The next step is to put the siding back on. Okay, we are all done with repairs, so let me show you. Everything is back together. Roof is fixed. Junk scraped off the roof the best I can. Everything's caulked, sealed. Now, one of the advantages of running plywood behind the siding is I'm able to use roofing sheeters, which are these screws with neoprene washers that make them weather tight. I can use that to hold the bottom of the siding very tight. If I tried to run those into that Celotex, that brown fiberboard, they would just crumble. But because I have a good strong piece of plywood behind there, I'm able to anchor with these watertight screws to the chimney, all that siding. And they're mounted just above that step flashing. That way all the step flashing can expand and contract, and there'll be no interference. We're now watertight and raccoon proof. So it worked out really good. The only thing that I didn't like is the raccoon did not like my trap. He took one look at it on my camera. So I had my camera set up, right about there. I didn't watch my trap. The raccoon walked up, looked at it, turned around, and left. And that was a week and a half ago. So I never caught the critter. But this will come with a 1-year warranty, so we have nothing to worry about. So if you're having problems with raccoons and they're doing some damage to your house, kind of like how this was, give me a call. We can fix it up for you. Thank you.